Well, I never really grew up in a church setting before. My parents were Catholic, and I was baptized Catholic, but we never went to church. I never heard about Christ, so pretty much that was my extent of religion. I can remember my mom asking me when I was little, she used to ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would tell her that I wanted to travel the world and help people. And I used to paste maps all around my room when I was a kid. And I always felt like I'm supposed to be doing something else, like I wasn't supposed to be here. And when I turned 16 years old, I ended up getting really, really sick. And finally a doctor diagnosed me as having a really rare, incurable disease in my bladder. And they said that they couldn't fix it, they couldn't give me a reason why. I knew that I knew that I knew that one day I'd get better. I didn't know how, I didn't know why, but I had this hope. I heard God speak to me, and He told me to go to church and get baptized. And on a Sunday I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go in. And I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? And so I remember I was so scared. I walked in and I could only make it to the back pew. And that was the first time that anyone had ever told me about Christ. Pastor Paul talked about how Christ heals you and takes your past and just washes it away. And I was 27 years old when I heard that for the first time. And it changed my life. It was the sound that I was looking for my whole life. It was the message that I've been dying to hear. In that moment, I had closed my eyes, and in an instant, I saw Jesus standing in front of me. And He said, I promise you, this too will pass. And in that instant, He completely healed my body. And he took me by the hand and He told me that I want you to go out into the world. I want you to hand over other hurting and sick people to me and share the same hope that I've given you. And that moment changed my life forever. And I wasn't angry anymore about being sick. I didn't feel sorry for myself anymore. I knew that God had a purpose and He had a plan for my life. And I could see His hand in my whole life from the time I was little through the time I was sick all the way until that day. And everything made sense to me. I knew that God wanted to use my life. And He had such a better plan for my life than I did. And through that sickness, I could relate to all the other people that were sick and hurting. And nothing else could have made me understand that. And so it was all okay. The day I accepted Christ completely rocked my world. It totally changed my life. From that moment, I was just on fire for God. I couldn't get enough. I kept praying. I kept asking God, open the doors for where you want me to be. What is my ministry? What is my calling? Where do you want me to be? What is your plan for my life? And He told me I would go on 4 mission trips that summer, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've never been on one. I've never shared my testimony. What good will I be on the mission field? And He just kept saying, trust me, just follow me and trust me. Well, last summer, I had the opportunity to go on 4 mission trips with 4 organizations doing 4 completely different ministries that I've never done before. And that whole entire experience was a total faith walk for me. I came back from that summer, and my whole life, my whole vision for my life had changed. God revealed to me a plan for my life. I knew that I was supposed to go to Africa, and I've been praying and asking God to open doors, and He allowed me to partner with a mission organization called Overland Missions, where I'd be helping AIDS orphans and putting them into homes and getting them medicine and just giving them hope. And it's a dream come true. All my dreams from childhood are coming true. All the maps on the walls, all the airports I used to dream about. I do it. I'm living it, and it's above and beyond all my expectations that I ever had for my own life. God's plan for my life is so much greater than that. I'm just overwhelmed at how much God loves me and how much God can use me. What's left of me, He could use all for His glory.